UPK, who and West. Babylon is falling to rise no more again. Babylon is falling. Freedom is here, my friend, not just part of the nation. Yeah, our shine never come bring peace, him start of the vision. Now put your trust in the riches and wealth, guns are a nation. But just the last statutes and commandments will make the decision to keep them with precision. I just part of the nation. Daniel get a vision. The black Christ, it wasn't a white depiction. No allegiance to Rome nor its regions. Come out them religion if you want be a free man. Cause the full demon tuition with Rasta with Islam. Only beacon of hope for your lean on is UPK and the General Yana. Every fowl of the ear, every beast of the field, every creeping thing we creep on land, every mouth of the clear, loud and clear. Yeah, our shy Mashiach is a black man who have ear, let him hear. Time to pair, spiritually separate from Babylon. We no weak, we no fear, we no tear. Bun Saddam, my bun Matty man are just part of the nation. Yeah, our shine never come bring peace in start of the vision. Now put your trust in the riches and wealth, guns are a nation. I just the last statutes and commandments will make the decision to keep them with precision. Just part of the nation. Send evils and curses on the whole city and the beasts and all churches. America fall, them deserve it. Rome get defeat, history repeat, another first days. Hey, 400 years to work with, then desert with, then turn round and call we worthless. But now the COVID lurking, them hurting, and then the doctors and nurses. Hey, one day table did have to turn after the long journey. No care much money you a earn if you still want Babylon burn. One day table did have to turn after that. No care much money you a earn, hey, I just part of the mission. Yeah, our shine never come bring peace in start of the vision. No put your trust in the riches and wealth, guns are a nation. I just the last statutes and commandments will make the decision to keep them with precision. I just part of the mission. Big Tune Breakdown and the Big Tune Breakdown channel. You understand? It's the Big Tune Breakdown podcast. So we have a new podcast as we had advertise on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. You know what I mean? We implore each and everybody to go over to our YouTube channel, the Big Tune Breakdown. You understand? And subscribe. You understand? This is where we break down all the strongholds that hold down the children of Israel. Talking about the Rastafari community, the Christian church. You understand? The Muslim mass, politics, JLP and PMP. You understand? Everything that hold our people back from coming to their true knowledge and history of God. As the children of Israel. You understand? This is the big bad breakdown. You understand? Yeah, man. Hosted by captain of 13,000, Nayatak. You understand? Officer of 1,000, Abadar 1, and officer of 50, Kayad 1, which is me. You understand? No, of course, these brothers are not here right now. Zane, so we'll hold it down as best as we can. You understand? Again, it's a new podcast, so make sure to subscribe. And this episode, we're going to cover, we're basically going to touch upon where we touched upon last class. You understand? Last Tuesday night class, where Queen Ifrika, you know what I mean? She smells something fishy going on. No pun intended. You understand? She see that some of these children advocacy organization, government organization, they are really pushing our people or our children and our people in the direction of the LGBT. You understand? She points out the agenda, the gay agenda, attacking the children of Israel here in Jamaica. Of course, you know, there's a blatant gay agenda over there in the United States. There's no doubt about that. You understand? In the United States, they tell you that you can be a man in a woman's body and a woman in a man's body. They go as far as tell you that, yeah, you know what I mean? If you subscribe as a transgender individual, then being a male, calling yourself a female, you can now enter female sports. You understand? Just think about that for a second. That means if you are a male who thinks you are a female, you can go and join the woman's swimming team, which we know that a male is physically stronger than a woman. You understand? So of course you will break all the records. You know what I mean? Which shows you that the LGBT community are some unfair community, is a, you know what I mean, a community without honor. You understand? Why would you be a man want to join a woman's sport? If you join the male, you know what I mean, format of your sport, you would come dead last. But because you know that women are weak and inferior, you decide that you are now a woman. You understand? Join the woman's sport and now you break all the national records and all the records. You're a coward. You're really a weak and inferior man. You understand? You're dishonorable, which shows you that the LGBT community is a community of dishonorable people. You understand? Well, Queen Ifrica, she realized that there's an agenda. You understand? And we're going to play a tape. You know the thing already. Remember, if you're on YouTube, remember to subscribe. If you have questions, just leave it in the comment section. You understand? The chat. You understand? Share on all social media platforms and also like. You know what I mean? We can't think that enough. We can't emphasize that enough. Like the video so that the algorithm can, you know what I mean, push the video. You know the thing already. We're going to play that tape, Zane. And we're going to tell you what Queen Ifrica have to say. Of course, Queen Ifrica is a Rastafarian. You understand? And we're going to play another tape as well. We're going to play 2 tapes. Then one of she pointing out the agenda of the LGBT community. And another one, she's begging the Rastafari leaders, you know what I mean? Specifically, Sizzla Kalonji, which some time ago he was, you know what I mean? He was made leader of a certain Rastafari camp. You understand? And some even thought that he became the leader of the Rastafari community. You understand? Which, when you check it, he became a dominant figure in the Rastafari community. So she's begging brothers like him to stand up. You understand? You know what I mean? Barakia Allah in the house. Shalom, Yahweh Shem, Yahweh Barakatha. You know the thing already. So she's begging these Rastafari leaders to stand up. Because what she has realized is that the Rastafari community has lost their morality. You understand? They are not speaking out against LGBT anymore. You understand? They are going with the flow. And of course, you know that the leaders in the Rastafari community, they are nothing more than entertainers for the most part. I mean, who are the real Rastafari leaders? Not the priests them up above hill. You know what I mean? Not the Naya Bingi teacher, but the entertainers. They are the real leaders of the Rastafari community. Everybody and their mother know that. You understand? And what they depend on is the money that comes through the music. And who holds the, you know what I mean? Who holds that gate that pays the entertainers? It is the LGBT and American, whoever, the oppressor, basically. See? And we know that the oppressor is the forerunner for the LGBT movement. You understand? They are the ones that pay our artists and make them go through the gate. So that is the reason why Sizzla Kalonji, him will go in a video with DJ Khaled and an LGBT member, even though he wants to sing a song that Rastaman don't apologize to no batty boy. You understand? So now he is doing video with LGBT. Then Queen Ifrica. All right, this is my take on what I see with Queen Ifrica. That's why you see this sister, you know what I mean? Of course, the sister is not in the right spirit in terms of how she behaves. She behave masculine to me. You understand? And that is not how a sister should behave. But one thing we realize with this sister, she always outspoken against the LGBT organizations. You understand? She speak out against them when Sizzla Kalonji and others don't. Then, What I would hope for this sister is that she would find the ISUPK. You know what I mean? Sit down in class, learn how to be a proper Israelite woman. Leave that Rastafari garbage behind and come learn our history as an Israelite and learn that the Rastafari community has no integrity. You understand? She grew up as a fan, you understand, of the Rastafari community, thinking that this is the epitome of morality. Come to find out, she's now realizing that she's more, you know what I mean? She have more morality than the leaders of the Rastafari community. Isn't that something? Isn't that something to find out that, imagine, you know what I mean, going to work, see, and find out that you make more money than your boss. Hypothetically speaking, you understand? You would say, well, maybe I should open my own company. You wouldn't respect the boss because you have more money than the boss. You wouldn't want to stay in that workplace. Queen Ifrica is learning now that she have more integrity than the leaders of the Rastafari community that she look up to. Zane, so remember, like this video, subscribe to ISUPK Jamaican, as well as the Breakdown podcast on YouTube. You understand? You know the thing already. I will play this tape, you know, and make you hear what Queen Ifrica have to say. Zane?
Oh, everybody was on board to become Saddamite, and a country was supposed to be so homophobic.
Question: why so much LGBT members are still out in Jamaica?
So for a country was supposed to be so homophobic, can somebody tell me which part we get so much gays and lesbians from in Jamaica? We need somebody to answer that question for me, honestly, because when we look around and see where we are going with the little picnic them and everybody was on board to become Saddamite and not worry about it, none at all, and say them all right and them comfortable. This message is for the gay community, the LGBTQ community in Jamaica. Are you guys really comfortable with the high rise of lesbians and gays that we have in our young people in Jamaica? Does that make you guys feel very happy? Do you feel accomplished? Are you seeking to find out how did they become gays overnight so quickly? And not only that, how did they begin to love it so much? So all I know, I laugh up on the mouth and I go on like I say, yeah man, the people then we are stick to God and I fight for God them out.
So here the question with Queen Ifrica. Hopefully you can hear it on TikTok. This is the question that she's asking the LGBT community. That community that present themselves as a live and let live community, which you know that's a lie. The LGBT is the most violent community, you know what I mean, ever. They are the ones who kill each other, despite the fact that they say that Jamaicans, you know what I mean, are violent against them. The LGBT, every time you hear that a LGBT person dies, is usually another LGBT. They are a violent community. See, they push their lifestyle on others. Now, Queen Ifrica is asking, is the LGBT community that presents themselves as this loving and peaceful community, saying, are they happy with the amount of straight people pitney now becoming LGBT? You understand? She's asking a question, which in my mind is a good question. But we in the ISUPK and the command in general, and we know the answer to that. We know that this is the LGBT community who is pushing this lifestyle on our children. You see it on social media, you know what I mean? And she's going to bring out that some even government organizations are behind the scenes who are supposed to help traumatize children. They are now pushing that on our children. And she even implied that rape is involved. You understand? I mean, if rape is involved, there's nobody else, there's nobody to talk out on behalf of the victim. Because we know that the LGBT community, they are the ones that control the gate. You know what I mean? They control the media. You understand? The media never speaks negative about the LGBT group. See? So who will talk out against people abused by the LGBT organization? See? So she's asking a question. Are they okay with the amount of children now subscribing to this LGBT lifestyle? And is that healthy? You understand? Which we know that is not healthy at all. You understand? I mean, if everybody become LGBT, which no one should, nobody of the Israelites, you know what I mean, blacks, Hispanics, and native Indians should ever be a LGBT member. Saying no homosexuals, no lesbian. You understand? That is not our thing. That is against the laws of our God. But we know that if everybody become a LGBT member, what happen? We are going to go extinct. Because if the woman them love woman and the man them love man, oh, pitney a go ban. I love common sense. Oh, pitney a go ban. 20 years down the line, 50 years down the line, the population of Jamaica would be what? 0. Because no pitney na go ban. You understand? Man a go too busy at ejaculating our next man bottom. And woman a go too busy at lick another woman. You understand? Filthy and disgusting. Zin? So, oh, pitney a go ban. That alone tell you say the LGBT movement is a counterproductive movement. It is against life. Life, you know what I mean? Life dies when somebody become a LGBT member. But Queen Ifrica is asking, and she's asking a legitimate question. The LGBT community who is embedded in all the organizations here in Jamaica, pushing themselves because of our oppressor, the white man, and what America is pushing. Are they happy now that Jamaican children are now becoming LGBT at a rapid scale? Is that okay? Is that, you know what I mean, healthy for any race of people? We're going to continue playing this tape. Remember, click up the screen, share on all social media platforms. You understand? I'm going to say this, I'm going to sidebar a bit. You see? We realize that our people are becoming more accepted, are acceptable of the LGBT, you know what I mean, lesbians and gays and bisexual and all them things because of what they see and, you know what I mean, in the movies, what America is pushing. But you should not make a LGBT member feel welcome, you understand, as if they are doing something right. You know what I mean? We know that a LGBT person is more likely, 90%, seeing someone who was molested as a child. So when you tell a LGBT, when you welcome a LGBT member, you know what I mean, behaving like a LGBT member, you know what I mean, being gay, you understand, being a lesbian, saying, and you accept them, you are telling them that it is okay to live a traumatic life. You are telling them that the child molester who raped them as a young child did something good. And when you push, when you being a LGBT member now, being a victim of child rape and molestation, try to push this agenda on people who has never been raped, has never been molested. See, you are saying that you being a sick individual who needs help, your lifestyle is better than a person who is not sick. So what you are doing is pushing a lifestyle that is a sick and a result of trauma and normal individuals. Does that create a healthy society? It doesn't. We will just be a nation of traumatized people. You understand? And even those who are not traumatized, they will emulate people who are traumatized talking about the LGBT community. So there is no, you know what I mean? If you are a LGBT community, the best thing you can do is stop being a LGBT community. You understand? And stop pushing your lifestyle on others. Stop pushing your, imagine somebody is on crack and you see that this person is smoking crack. See? And you see what the crack does to them. Imagine if that person start to push their crack habit on others, knowing that they need help, knowing that they have a mental problem, which in the 80s, being an LGBT member was once considered, you know what I mean, a mental illness. If that crack fiend, that drug addict now push their agenda on regular people, then is that, you know what I mean, the formula for a healthy society? Everybody know that that is no. That is not the formula for a healthy society. See? But somehow, because of the oppressor, You know what I mean? The devil the Bible speak of and the agenda pushed by Babylon, which is America. No, this is they are trying to make this out to be the norm. Pushing LGBT lifestyle on Jamaicans. You understand? And you see them everywhere. You see them in your garrison. You see the lesbian walking about like she's a man. You understand? She walking about like she's a man, hitting on little young girls, and you know that the LGBT community, they are the child molesters because they were molested, and we know that after becoming molested, somebody that they are at high probability of becoming a molester themselves, a pedophile themselves. That is what study shows. You understand? So what? All right. And another thing, another reason, Zin. Why would you allow somebody to just be a LGBT community member in your community? See, knowing that they were molested and knowing that it's a high probability that they would now become a molester, because that is how LGBT people are formed, through molestation and rape. Why would you now welcome the lesbian and welcome the gay in your circle? Of course, we are not telling anybody to go out there and do harm to anybody. Then, what we are saying is, why aren't you telling, like one time, telling LGBT members, you know what I mean, lesbians and gays, that what they are doing is wrong? Why are you, you know what I mean, welcoming them as if, no, you welcoming them, you know? They will get the impression that they are not doing anything wrong. And you run the risk of them finding some little 12-year-old girl and turning them out. Or some little 12-year-old boy and turning them out. Because you welcome them. You make them feel like, say, yo, them not do nothing wrong. And as a result, I got more and more LGBT. See? Why are you welcoming them? I'm not saying that you should go out and kill them. I know that me I say. We now say the ISUP can come on in general, and I not tell nobody to go out and kill LGBT member, you know. I know that we are saying. We are saying common sense. You would not want your children to be molested. Or maybe you do. Are you saying that you want your children to be molested? That is what you are saying when you welcome the lesbian girl on the block and makes you feel like she are one of the gang, one of the crew. That is what you are saying when the gay boy, when you encourage the gay boy in a little flamboyant behavior and activity. When you tell him, say, when you laugh off him joke because you think he's a comedian. When in fact he's just a victim of child molestation. When you make him feel like it is okay for him to be a girl, you are telling him that it is okay to molest your children. Because that's the same demon. That is how demons pass on, the molester pass on this demon to them, and they will pass on that demon. And that is what Queen Africa is realizing. Queen Africa is not in the truth, you know. She's not in the ISUPK. You understand? She don't know what going on. All she has to see is whole heap of LGBT. Zin? But we in the ISUPK, we know where them come from. They come from being raped and molested. Look on Jada Kingdom. Look on Jada Kingdom. What happened to Jada Kingdom when she was young? She was raped twice. And Jada Kingdom come out bold as a sodomite. You understand? And that we are trying to show you, you know. That is what we are trying to show you. Child molestation, which we kill. Not we, not me, not we, you know, in the ISUPK, you know. Here in Jamaica, when we find somebody guilty of child molestation, we stone them, we kill them, we chop them up. Now that we do in Jamaica. Whenever somebody is caught molesting a little girl or molesting a little boy, see? We kill them in Jamaica. Of course, we not we in the ISUPK, because we are not saying that you should go out and kill nobody. See? Here in Jamaica, child molesters get killed. So why are you supporting LGBT? Is the question. You understand? Why are you supporting LGBT when we kill child molesters in Jamaica? And of course, again, we have to repeat, we are not saying you should go out and kill anybody. What you should do is be more vigilant. See? Be more vigilant. Keep the laws, statutes, and commandments of the God of Israel. Your Christian church, you know, they don't teach the God. They don't teach the laws of the God of Israel, you know. See? Somebody said, DJ Jula for life said they should be unalive. All right. Here we go on now. That is why we as the children of Israel, we had the priesthood. See? The priesthood would be like the judges. They would give out the sentence. Of course, child molestation is a death sentence. You are not in your government. No, you're under the oppressor. If you kill a child molester, you go to prison. You go to jail. Of course, if we were in our kingdom, child molesters would be put to death. You understand? And that would be righteous. LGBT would be put to death and that would be righteous. But of course, we know that our people have been indoctrinated by the oppressor. See? So that is why the ISUPK come out and let them know that, look, if you were molested as a child, just know that you went through a terrible case of trauma. That does not mean you should be a downright homosexual or sodomite. You should fight that filthy, disgusting demon. You understand? And don't be a sodomite. Don't be a lesbian. Don't be a homosexual. Fight that demon and keep the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Because we know that it is the oppressor and his indoctrination that cause our people to know, go off into that lifestyle. You understand? So this is what the Bible calls grace. See? Change your filthy, disgusting ways. Don't follow the Christian church because we know that majority of the child molestation take place in the Christian church. See? Majority of the child molestation take place inside of that filthy, disgusting religion given to us by the oppressor that has nothing to do with the Bible. See? Come out of the Christian church. That is where your children become raped. That is where the down low exists. Men pretending to be, you know what I mean, men of God. And all them do is sleep with your children. You understand? Yeah, DJ Julius said, it's a demand, it's not of God. Now, man, let me tell you why people put homosexuals to death or in the past. It's because of the laws of God. Leviticus 20 and 13 say, he that lieth with mankind as he lieth with a woman shall surely be put to death. You know what I mean? His blood shall be upon him. It's an abomination. I'm paraphrasing. That is where the Rastafari community get it from. You know what I mean? Even though a common sense tell us say a man should lie with man and a woman should lie with woman. See? But this is where everybody confirm that this is not the right way to go in the Bible. That's why we tell you, you should never speak, you know what I mean, negative of the Bible. You should never go outside of the Bible. The Bible is where 50 years from now, your children can read and say, oh, it is wrong to be a LGBT. Because by 50 years, the oppressor agenda would be fulfilled. He would have pushed LGBT so much in the earth that everybody thinks, you know what I mean, it is okay. You understand? You understand? So, we're going to play a little more of the tape. Remember, like the video, you know what I mean? Tap up the screen on TikTok, you know the thing already. See, if you're on YouTube or Facebook, remember to follow, subscribe, leave your questions in the comment section and share on all social media platforms. All right, we'll continue to play this tape. See?
But there's a price to pay, you know, for them whole heap of lesbian and gay youth who want to breed up in the country, you know. Because we all know so them never did come to this kind of lifestyle overnight. Something go on in them life and the whole I want to sit on one side and I capitalize on it all. I don't know.
See what she has said? She has said, There's a price to pay for all of these LGBT that does a pop up in Jamaica. You know what that price is? Nuclear destruction. That is the price. The most I destroy in this filthy, disgusting place like how him destroy Saddam and Gomorrah. I mean, that done gone through the gate already, you know. This place are going to get destroyed, you know. You know what I mean? Rightfully so. But save yourself. You understand? Don't support LGBT. You understand? Zin, don't support it. And another thing what she said is, them never go start overnight. Of course, you know that no man is born gay and no woman is born lesbian. It is because of child molestation, rape, and them things that make people sexual confused. You understand? We know that here in Jamaica, we don't support child molesters. That are for the fact that you can't deny that. No. If you support the LGBT community, you are saying that child molestation is all right. Because these are the victims of child molestation. You understand? It's like if a vampire bites somebody and they become a zombie. We just you know what I mean? We just a reason. See? If a vampire bites somebody and then become a zombie, see? You supporting the zombie is saying that the vampire did a good job. You being a zombie, which would in this case be a LGBT member, if you want to push others becoming a zombie, Zane, and then you want to say that the vampire who made you a zombie by biting you is wrong, that is a contradiction. Because we know that people are coming out and saying that such and such molest them and that is why they are lesbian. See? How can you be a LGBT member and lick out against pedophilia when it's pedophilia that make you a lesbian? You can't have it both. You have to lick out against LGBT and you have to lick out against pedophilia because they are one, you know what I mean? One creates the other. And we know that LGBT, man and woman, are child molesters for the most part. Zin? That is why we implore our people, don't support LGBT. Your children are going to get molested. You understand? Zin? If you have a brother or a sister who is an LGBT member, don't be surprised as to why your child was molested. That is the same spirit. And you can't say you never hear it. The UPK and the Commanding General, Your Honor, has been saying this. We are telling you, say, LGBT and pedophilia is the same spirit. So if you care for your children, you would be against LGBT. You understand? And of course, Queen Ifrika, she realized that it's an agenda being pushed. And guess what? It is an agenda being pushed by the LGBT community. Bear this in mind, the LGBT community is also thinking about adding pedophilia to their acronym. Look, the name LGBT. See? They are planning to add, you know what I mean, P, that pedophilia, to their acronym. If you don't believe me, go and Google it. And all of this have come from the oppressor. The devil, the Bible speak of, the oppressor, the one who enslave us. You understand? The LGBT community will soon add the pedophiles to their group. So now the pedophiles now will, you know what I mean, now have the same rights as the LGBT community. We know that the LGBT community runs everything. You can't speak out against the LGBT community without getting banned on social media. You know what I mean? Some filthy, disgusting homosexual commented on one of our posts just yesterday. Zin, and I call him out as being a filthy homosexual. And you know what happened to my page? We get banned for 6 days. We get banned on Facebook for 6 days. The LGBT member who was pushing LGBT never get banned. But my Facebook page get banned. Because me tell him say he's a homosexual and him for change. You understand? And God is against him. So you see that the LGBT community is protected. Well, guess what? They are planning to add pedophiles to their group now. So the man and the woman who molest your children, you can't go speak out against them soon. You have to hold that. Whenever they molest a child, you have to hold that. Look on Dwayne Wade. See? That basketball player who turned him son out, making him, you know what I mean, into a female. Look how the media portray him and defend him. See? The youth are not even 13-year-old yet. And he's allowed to have a boyfriend. You understand? This oppressor, the devil the Bible speak of, the enslaver, he has no morals. You understand? And he will push this filthy lifestyle on your people. And he push it through the media. And our people has gotten seduced by social media and the media. And accept this filthy, disgusting lifestyle called LGBT. You understand? And Queen Africa will make you know, say, yo, these organizations who are supposed to be for children, you know what I mean, the protection of children, they are the ones that are turning out the children and pointing them in a direction. Because these organizations, see, they deal with traumatized children, but what they are doing is pushing these traumatized children in the direction of the LGBT and making them advocate. You know what I mean? One at a time, you know what I mean? One at a time, them. You know what I mean? We didn't know this girl, and she said she get hired by one of these, you know what I mean, organization. And everybody she seen at the organization is a LGBT member. And everybody was pushing LGBT, but it was a woman organization. It was an organization about women's rights. That's why we tell our women them say, don't be naive. You are the ones that for the most part hug up and welcome these gay and sodomites. But you don't know that they are trying to push an agenda, and through you are gullible. You are easily manipulated. Them use you and your woman's right to push LGBT. It's not about you. The gay man is trying to be like you. Him want to take your man. The gay man don't like you. He's not your friend. Him want your man. So how can you friend up with a gay man being a woman? You should be totally against a gay man. Him a look your man. And your man him want. I mean, our woman nowadays, our woman, them not like no other woman, because guess what, go on, them feel like a next woman are going to look them man. See? Then why are you friending up gay men? Gay men want men. You should be against, you know what you should do? You should allow another sister to be your husband's other wife. And keep gay men out of the group. Shun gay men. You should encourage your husband to have more than one female. And reject gay people from coming in your circle. That is what you should do. But instead, what you do, you fight against the next woman, your sister, and welcome the gay man. And then nowadays, you see gay man everywhere. You see them, the woman them who own the salons, them have gay man sit down in them chair. You have to tell them to get up. Don't come in here. We don't support that. All right. I say that for say this. Our sisters, I want to listen, you know. Saying, you are the ones letting in these pedophiles and these gays in our community. For the most part, the men. All right, let me explain to you. See? A single woman will make any and any man come through the house. And these are the men that molest children. For the most part, a father will be protective. You as a woman should never cheat on your husband. Why am I say that? You know, I know me a rant and right now in a road boy, but listen to me. Zane, listen. If you cheat on your husband, you're going to leave you because you're a whore. You being a whore, you have to go find another man and another man and another man. These other men who are not your children's father will come in your house and molest your children, girl or boy. You don't know. All you know. All you know. All you know if this man is a child molester or not. You don't know. You don't know. You just let a man in who is not the father. And he will look at your little 12-year-old daughter not having any connection to she, because this is not in blood daughter. And I'm going to molest your daughter, she become a lesbian. She hate man now. Y'all let them in. Who knows if the man who you let in is a homosexual? That is why you should never be a whore. That is why you should always stick to one man. You understand? Always stick to one man. It is never good to be a whore. A whore is who let in all of them filthy, disgusting people here in our surroundings. For the most part, if a father in the home, I'm going to say, yo, Virgin, I don't want you too near my daughter, you know. Or, yo, Johnny boy, come here. Don't go around such man, you know. I don't like how he move. A father is protective. You know what a woman does? She will sleep with a man to pay the bills. When I say you know have some boy we're gonna lose, you know, when I say that, you know. Zane, for the most part, the woman is vulnerable. She can't protect the children. You should never be a whore. You understand? All right, I've run on enough. I will play some more of the tape. Zane?
OCA and CDA and all of these organizations where they were supposed to protect youths. They come like for the main objective is to send them on to them communities there and turn them into advocates when time when we're done with them. We don't really care what we feel about we no more, you know, because we know say some of them truth Africa talk, whether we don't like it or not.
So she just call some name, the ODC and the CDA. You understand? I think it's the CDA. These are government organizations. You know what I mean? These are organizations who, you know what I mean, they are the ones who are, they claim they are protecting children. Our children, right? But it seems like Queen Africa see where many of these are some LGBT members. You understand? Our children who end up as ward as the state, you know, for the most part, you find out, you check them background, they have been molested. They are just troubled children. You know what I mean? Them become because they have been molested. So them end up as ward as the state. They become like criminals. They become wild and uncontrollable because them suffer trauma. Them end up in these organizations and what happen? They become molested even further. And these leaders of these organizations put them in the direction of the LGBT, make them advocates when they are the ones, the child molester and the LGBT members are the ones who made them like that. You understand? And usually that is because there's no father in the house. So when the father in the house, Pitney get molested. When Pitney get molested, they become rude. When Pitney get rude, mother put them in the ward as ward of the state in a reformatory school. When them go in a reformatory school, them buck up in this ward of this official who is a LGBT member and a pedophile, who is a Christian pastor or some member of some church. And then now them become blatant homosexuals. And then these same organizations turn them into advocates for LGBT. You understand? This is what is going on. And when we understand this, we can find a solution to this. We'll continue playing this tape.
Some of them truth Africa talk, and I want to know why the LGBTQ community in Jamaica so comfortable with this whole heap of young youth who have become gays.
So she asks now if why the LGBT community is so comfortable. All of those politicians that you see move like gal, them boy they see we move like gal. You see? And them gal they will move like man in a politics and in a them big organization there. See? Why are they so comfortable with so much LGBT members coming from our youths? It is because there's an agenda, and this agenda comes from the people who control these filthy, disgusting leaders. And that is the oppressor. They want to get the children of Israel here in Jamaica push in the direction of LGBT. You understand? That is their agenda. So Jamaica, who was one time the most anti-gay and anti-lesbian country, now welcome it with open arms. You understand? This is what them push from blacks, Hispanics, and native Indians, because we are the children of Israel. We were the ones who got the laws of the Most High, who said, a man shall not lie with mankind as him lie with a woman. We get them laws, they're not the white man. The white man not get them law there. The Chinese never get them law there. Them filthy, disgusting Africans never get the law. There's no African records that says a man shall not lie with man. Only Israelite records, Hebrew records. So because we are the Hebrew people, it is their agenda to push them filthy lifestyle upon we. That is why the Most High say we must not follow these heathens. You understand? All right, what we are going to do, we're now going to play the whole of Queen Ifrica tape, this tape. See? We're going to jump to another tape. You understand? Remember again, subscribe to ISUPK Jamaica. See? We're going to play another tape. We show Queen Ifrica. She's basically begging these Rastafari leaders, talking about, you know what I mean, Sizzla Kalonji, which we know that is a Rastafari leader. There's no doubt about it. He's not just a musician. He's now a prominent Rastafari leader. She's begging him and begging on a Rastafari leaders to stand up on behalf of morality. We're going to break that down. Because you don't know, this is the breakdown. You understand? Yeah, man, you know the thing already.
That you have a pure heart. Keep yourself pure, keep your life pure, keep your music pure, and Jah will always do the rest. Saying, congrats again. And I'd also love to say to us as Jamaicans that we need to remember what Bob Marley did to the world in terms of what he used this thing called reggae music to do. To change cultures, to have people loving this island that they never been to before, but everybody want to know where is Jamaica, because there's this man from there called Bob Marley, just like the same that happened with UC, and everybody want to know where is this island, there's this kid from there, Shelly, and all of these greats that we can mention. See?
Are you sick of having issues with your webinar?
But we're sticking to Bob Marley and Rasta. Rasta and Bob Marley have done a lot for, freedom of speech, although we're not dumb. I also want to say this too. In the Rasta house, the Rasta community, Ayavi, Daughter Mitzi, Sizzla Kalonji, you guys, Ivy, you guys are born guys. They either need to come together and save Rasta face, save the characteristics of Rasta, fix Rasta house. Sizzla, you are given the mandate to become the president of the Rastafari house, because the elders that gave it to you saw that that they could trust you. They saw that you love Rastafari. Now is the time, my brethren, to step up and show the world that Rasta is not dead in Jamaica. Rasta is still alive. To the Rastafarian community, continue to serve and worship and praise His Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie Empress Menenai.
All right, of course you go off into Rasta this and Rasta that. See? What Queen Ifrica is, is a fan of Rastafariism. You understand? Who Come to find out now that she have more moral than the real Rastafari leaders. So now she's calling on them to stand up. She have bought into this Rastafari thing. See? And she's now ashamed that now she have to be the one standing up as a woman for the Rastafari community against certain things. She's the only one speaking out. There's nobody else. You understand? So are you telling me that the Rastafari community rely on their women to speak out and fight the battle against immorality? Because Queen Ifrica is the only one doing it. And she's now begging because she knows she can't do it herself. Right now, she rally up the woman them because in a fear mind, she think the woman them have the strength. Woman not have the strength. Woman not have the strength is the man them have to take charge right now. And you know what I mean? Dominate the thing right now. Of course, you know that the Rastafari community, and this is where we are going to go to now. She is a fan of the Rastafari community and come to find out that the Rastafari community don't have no morality. That is the reason why we implore our sisters and brothers, come out of the Rastafari community. Rather, find the ISUPK and the commanding general, your honor. Come learn true morality. True morality is not just about talking. True morality comes from keeping the laws of the Most High. You understand? If it wasn't for Leviticus 20 and 13, Rastafariism wouldn't be so staunch against LGBT. Come to find out now, the Rastafari communities, you know what I mean, is giving up that law for the money. For the money, the Rastafari community decide that they will not speak out against the LGBT. Only Queen Ifrica, a woman, who is not even fear her job to stand up against, you know what I mean, the enemy. It's not fear her job, but she has to be the one who have to come up and speak. And she's begging the men in the Rastafari community, the leaders, to stand up. Which shows you what? The Rastafari community don't have any integrity. True integrity is only in the ISUPK and the commanding general, your honor. You understand? Sizzla Kalonji is only an entertainer. An entertainer who is now the leader or one of the leaders of Rastafariism. You understand? An entertainer cannot be a leader. We don't entertain here in the ISUPK. We actually keep the laws of the Most High and we teach it. You understand? Being that we keep the laws of the Most High and we teach it, we're going to now teach the laws of the Most High. We're going to jump to some scripture. Remember, click up the screen, share it on all social media platforms. If you're over there on YouTube, subscribe to this channel. If you have questions, leave it in the chat. You know the thing already. See? We're going to jump to some scriptures. You understand? This is a big tune breakdown. Go over to breakdown. You understand? On YouTube channel. Share. This is a podcast. So we will also be on iTunes. You know what I mean? We also depend on Spotify, Apple Music. You know the thing already. Yeah, man. We are trying to make sure say it is being shared to our people on all platforms. So you know the thing go. Yeah, man. We're going to jump to some scriptures. See? All right, well, I'm going to address this. I'm going to address a little statement by 1968. Of course, 1968 is a brother or a sister. We don't know who that person is, who has, you know what I mean, some qualm against the ISUPK. Hence the reason, hence the name 1968. Because the ISUPK was formed in 1969. So this person actually says something wise. Real men doesn't let a woman speak for him. You know what I mean? And that is right. Of course, he might try to throw a jab at me, but you know, it no connect. You know what I mean? Because we just explained that it is a man's job to lead. You understand? Anyway, we're going to jump to some scripture. Then we're going to jump to the book of Romans, chapter 1 and 26. You understand? And it says, for this cause God gave them up unto vile affections. For even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. Right? Because we break the Most High laws. Now, you see where our women, you know what I mean, them go off into, you know what I mean, into LGBT lifestyle and lose them natural nature. This is a curse. A curse that can be prevented by us just coming back to the laws of the Most High. Start teaching back our children the laws of God. I mean, you teach them the laws of the land. You tell them not to be, you know what I mean? Not to break the red light, you know what I mean? Not to break in a people's house. You understand? You teach them to get them education. Teach them the laws of the Most High. So we can lift this curse off of our people. You understand? There's no gay agenda if we keep the Most High's law. That can't connect. You understand? It can't connect. No care what the oppressor try to do. If we keep the Most High law, no gay agenda can't connect with the children of Israel. You understand? No Christian church can manipulate our women. No government official can deceive us and lead us in the direction of doom and gloom and destruction when we keep the Most High laws. Even Jamaica have laws, you know. But the Most High, the creator of this earth, gave laws to us. There's no greater laws than those. You understand? The law that says you must not be a child molester. The law that says you must not rape, which is what the LGBT community does. Rape our little children. You know what I mean? Like vampires, that is how them convert, you know what I mean, people into LGBT. That is the vampire biting, the rape that takes place. You understand? The pedophilia. Then, but by keeping these laws that the Most High give us, we will now teach our children to not go off into certain lifestyle. You understand? We will now know that certain people can't come around with children. You understand? If we take a stance as the children of Israel, you understand, and keep out certain things out of our community. Here in Jamaica, you know what I mean? Enough of we can get saved in the destruction to come. We don't have to all be perish in this destruction coming, World War III. We not have to all of we not have to dead off tonight. You know what I mean? It is not inevitable that all of we die when nuclear holocaust and all them things that happen. And you have, you know what I mean? The what them call it? The nuclear winter, when that take place. You not have to dead, you know. You not have to all die. We can keep the laws of the Most High and get protected. We can't prevent we can't prevent the war we are coming up, but we can ensure with safety by keeping the Most High laws. The same way the Most High passed through Egypt and killed all the Egyptians. Not all the Egyptians, but all the firstborns of the Egyptians. And he never touched one of the children of Israel. See? It's the same way we can survive this. But the Bible said 2/3 of we are dead. You want your family be the 2/3? No, you don't want to be the 2/3. You understand? Only 1/3 of us will survive. Make sure say you are in that 1/3. You understand? Your Christian pastor do not teach this. But this is very important. Let me continue reading. For this cause God gave them up unto vile affection. For even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. And being a sodomite is against nature. Being a LGBT, a gay, a transgender is against nature. You understand? Let me jump to another scripture. This is the book of Leviticus 20 and 13. Zin, this is what it says. If a man also lie with mankind, meaning if a man have gay sex, sleep with another man, as he lieth with a woman, you know what I mean? Meaning as a man should lie with a woman, talking about sex. Zin, both of them have committed an abomination. An abomination is an hateful act, meaning the Most High consider that disgusting. The Most High hate that. So there's no LGBT member who will go to heaven like what the Christian church teach. Of course, you know heaven will be here on earth. You understand? There's no righteous or good LGBT member. The same way how there's no righteous murderer. Because here in Jamaica, we don't support murder. A man that is a murderer will look upon him like he's evil. A gay man no care how him deal with you nice. You understand? A sodomite woman no care oh you and her is are friends. And she lend you money when you need it. Or them give you money when you need it. They are unrighteous. They are wicked. It's an abomination to the Most High. It is no different from murder. You understand? Let me continue reading. Both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. I want to understand the God of the Bible, you know. See, some of the laws, when you break them, the punishment is death. Let me continue reading. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. And that is why you see AIDS. You know what I mean? AIDS infestate the LGBT community. That is a blood disease. Their blood shall be upon them. Doctors tell you that LGBT member can't give blood. Why? Because them blood contaminated. That is the most that is doing. You understand? There is no support in the LGBT community. There's only correcting them and tell them that they are living a filthy, disgusting lifestyle. And if they insist, them can't come around with. Them have to go in some bush or some shit. You understand? Them can't come around with children because they are the child molesters. You understand? You have to keep them out. If you find out, say, a young man is behaving like a gay, 13, 14, first you need to find out who molests him. See? Who molests you? Talk. If somebody is found that they are a child molester, then can't stay around me. And we not tell you to put nobody to death, you know, because we know in our kingdom. You understand? Of course, in our kingdom, they will be put to death. You understand? But now, in this oppressor's kingdom, them can't steer, them have to change, them have to, man can't act like woman. Woman can't dress and act like man. You understand? That is a no. We are the children of Israel and our sitting that, brother. We can't do that. So, it is your job now to investigate. You can't just walk past a gay individual in your community and yell up and roar and no such thing. There's no such thing, brethren. No healing, no dead. There's no such thing as a gay friend and a lesbian friend. Them have to know say them do something wrong. You have to make them know say them do something wrong. We not say lick them down. We not say kill them. But there's no friend. You have to tell them, say, yo, that's what you do wrong. You have to talk that. And when everybody do that, guess what go on? You will get that out of our community, brethren. And now that we know that there's an agenda and people pushing this on us, we can fight that stronghold. That is what we do here on the breakdown. We break down these stronghold. This is stronghold holding down our people. Nobody don't know where it come from. Queen Africa, she don't know. But we in the ISUPK and the command in general, we know. We know where we're going. From 1969, we know where we're going. You don't know. How would you know? But we know. See? So that's why we implore no. We need to start listening to the prophets of the Most High. We are the prophets and the command in general. Your honor, your Christian church is not. The gear is on the altar and the Christian church. When you see him. When you see him dead. The Christian pastor is the child molester who turn him out. When you see it. But that is a no. We can't support them things, brethren. We have to stand up our foot and make it be clear that is not supported. You understand? And with that, we are going to close off for time's sake. Here we're going to do. We're going to just close it off here, so. You understand? We now go over the time. See, we're already over the time. So with that, remember, subscribe to the Breakdown channel on YouTube. Just go over to the Breakdown. Type in The Breakdown. You understand? Find the channel, subscribe. We're going to bring out information like this. You understand? Hopefully, we can create a TikTok page, you know what I mean, independently feed as well. And we soon get the Instagram up and the Twitter up. Well, we have the Twitter, but the Instagram and, the TikTok. See? And with that, We're going to close out with some UPK music. You don't know the thing already. Subscribe to ISUPK Jamaica. You understand? Under command in general, your honor. Then, pay your tithes. You see, you feed that filthy, disgusting Christian pastor, you know, and him, what him do? Him rape your children and tell us that God love everybody and God forgive all sins and love the sinner and one bag of foolishness. You feed him, make him rich. And all him do is teach you lies and molest you children. See? Support the ISUPK and stop supporting the Christian pastors. You understand? And if you know what I mean? If you realize what Queen Africa realized, you would stop supporting the Rastafari community too. We, like I said in a previous class, Rastafariism is dead. Unapologetically. Once upon a time, Rastafariism was the standard of morality. Rastafariism is dead. And it is the ISUPK and the commanding general, your honor, is the standard bearer of morality here in Jamaica too. We there now. We there in Jamaica now. The prophets them there, man. You understand? And now we are hold down the fort. And with that, shalom.
Yeah, go to mess up song. That move is to beat the home, nigga. Yeah. Yeah. 144, bitch.
They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said, of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, me whole car. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I go with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You even low on this Lord, so that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear I'm to our core. Wait up, let me make a call right quick. I'ma start another war. I was hurting when she left, but I don't care about any more. I need a Vaseline like my Nina Puffer boy. Took a Zach, watch the door. Matter of fact, like the door. Any problem, let them come. We gon' snatch they soul like Shang Tsung. Put them out of service, keep them tools like Miss Harper Free. Try to hope it's way too late. I'm headed straight to the safe. Throw that one up like a trophy. I'm that nigga, ain't no debate. Throw them boys, we taking note. Call them up like Saturday. This shit a piece of cake. Yeah, my bitches came from Whole Foods. Told them put on that top 3. Then bring me my house shoes. Don't make excuses, make moves. These niggas ungrateful, gotta show them UPK rules. I'm making this like I can't lose. They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said, of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, me whole car. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the fart. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You even low on this Lord, so that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear I'm to our core. Yeah, I just got off the call. I'ma start another war. Spit a plate up with my niggas. Get your knife and your fork. They ain't locked in with the cow. Then when you speaking to me fart. Yeah, I just took the floor. Ain't no cowards in my campaign. They can't stop the campaign. Tell them bring the champagne. They know I'm a champion. They can see the outcome. Get them niggas bad. Got them tied down and out there. You can't do with them steppers. Niggas been down since day one. We run up the bands, bitch, like Dylan. They say you get on, you gon' represent. I said, of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I read that bitch just like a horse. Yeah, about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, we whole car. Yeah, ain't no